What is up, y'all? It is Traveling Sister here, and I am finally back in business. I was out of town. That's a cow. So I was out of town, and what was supposed to be a 3-day trip just to go down to Dar es Salaam and get my luggage turned into a 3-week trip. Some things happened, and I just had to stick around for it. But I am back in Arusha now, back in my village, and I am so happy to be back so I can make videos and share it with y'all. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of a backstory about how I decided to come out here to Tanzania out of all the other countries in Africa. There's 54 countries in Africa, so why Tanzania? And I'm gonna tell you. So rewind a bit of a backstory to after I got out of school for graphic design in San Diego. I had found a job, not doing graphic design, but doing something else. And I did this job for about 3 or 4 months while doing freelance graphic design and photography and a little bit of video on the side. And in this job, I just was not happy. I knew that my heart was longing for something more, something where I could be creative, something where I didn't have to just keep the same routine every day, just mundane routine day after day. I just got tired of it. And so I started thinking like, it's time for me to move from San Diego. I was there for 4 years. I was born in San Diego, grew up in Virginia. It was time for something new. I felt like I just got bored with everything. And so I started thinking like, where can I move that's gonna give me a fresh start, fresh perspective on things, a different way of life, different lifestyle and all of that. So my initial thought was actually New York. Well, first I looked at Arizona, then I looked at a couple other places, but I wasn't serious until I thought about New York. So on 4th of July last year, 2016, I took a trip out there and I just fell in love with New York. And I was like, this is it. And I was thinking Brooklyn, like, yeah, Brooklyn, that's it, that's for me, because I felt like it fit me out of all the places I visited. And so I had actually started to look for jobs and plan my life out there and look for apartments and all types of stuff. And then something told me like, no, keep looking. So Toronto actually popped in my mind, and I was like, okay, Toronto could be cool, but a little too cool. Like it's just a little too cold. It's Canada. Like no, I'm cool. But I started thinking of just like other places, like am I gonna move back home to Virginia where I grew up, like, and I didn't necessarily want to do that, just because like why, there's a whole other world out there, there's many places I could go. And so I was thinking, why limit myself to the US? I decided to look somewhere where I was gonna get the bang for my buck, somewhere where it's not crazy expensive, but somewhere where the standard of living was good and I could have beautiful weather. I was looking at the Caribbean, actually. I was looking at Jamaica, I looked at Barbados, I looked at Trinidad, just a lot of other places. And something just like tapped me on the shoulder, was like, yo, Africa. And I'm like, duh, like why wouldn't I move to Africa? Like y'all know I'm all about my black people, so I mean, it really kind of seemed like a given. So like I said, 54 countries in Africa, which one to choose? There's so many different cultures, like every country has a different culture. So first I looked at West Africa, I looked at Ghana. It was really expensive though. And then I looked at Senegal. Senegal had the good prices, good cost of living and stuff, but something told me just to keep looking a little more. I looked at Nigeria, but in this story, insert another story. So in the middle of me kind of exploring where in Africa I wanted to live, a good friend of mine hit me up and was like, girl, I know it's been, a few months since we talked, but I am thinking about getting out of America. I'm tired of it. I'm thinking of going to the Caribbean or going to Africa. And I was like, shut up, girl, me too. I'm actually looking right now. And so we collaborated and we decided that it would be best if we both come out here together, because I've never been to Africa, she's never been to Africa, she had never been out of the country actually, and so we could serve as a support system for each other, and it would just be better. It would just be better all around. Like, who doesn't want to travel with a good friend and experience new things with them? So we decided to come out here together. So we were looking together, searching different places, and she actually is the one who brought up East Africa. She was saying the Indian Ocean was a lot warmer than the Atlantic, and I'm like, actually, yeah, it is, and I love the ocean, so let's check it out. So we checked out Kenya, we checked out South Africa as well, but it was a little bit of racial tension that I would hear about in South Africa, and I mean, I could stay in America for that. But something was like, you know, telling me to look at Tanzania, and so I looked at Tanzania, and I'm like, oh, okay, they have Mount Kilimanjaro, cool, they got the Serengeti, shut up. And they have Zanzibar. Zanzibar is like this little island that's located about an hour and a half by ferry off the east coast of Tanzania. It's a beautiful island, and yeah. So anyways, after searching all these other places, Rwanda, you know, all these places, we decided to move to Tanzania because the price is right. It's a very, very, very peaceful country. They don't have wars, the political system is democratic, and they are very just open people. It's a predominantly Muslim country, but there are Christians here. I'm not religious, but I felt like, you know, it's a peaceful country, so I think I'd be okay. Long story short, we got our tickets once we decided solid on a place, and we started packing up to come out here. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. If you want the rest of the story, you're gonna have to stay tuned for part 2.